Hello there, Sim HQ boys and admin, communist admin, should say, really. So I'm going to go through the first post and also why I was kicked out, permanently banned, with no real warning from Sim HQ. The main reason I was there, I was posting obviously the other topics, which I'll get into that, and obviously they're listed here, and my actual text is below it. The problem's been, and I'm going to say it straight up, we'll do an example. This is 100% just sums it all up in one thing, so it just makes it really easy for when it comes out. I'm only doing this to the database. They're the ones who have to look in the mirror when all this comes out. It's coming out. I've got all the information. That's their problem.
The masses have never thirsted after truth. They turn aside from evidence that is not to their taste, preferring to deify error if error seduce them. Whoever can supply them with illusions is easily their master. Whoever attempts to destroy their illusions is always their victim. According to the psychologist Carl...
So I'll have a link to this video. You can watch it, and it goes on. It's really good. It took him a year to put together. It's only like 20 minutes. And that's the problem, and that was the victim. He was also the victim in that thread. When you look at the start, like they were just belittling him, making fun of him, because they're stuck in that narrative that they've chosen to follow, which is you're following the enemy, basically, right? So, I mean, this is what I also posted for them on the thread, in the thread, and linked in my description, because this is the war. We are in a war. Like with other things, sure, but the main part of this war, and it's a web, which I was trying to explain in one of them. I think that's why they, there's a little bit too much content for them, so I did break it down a bit, but you can't break it down too much because it is all part of the one thing when you put it all together. But one of the big part of the wars is the psychological. They're trapped and want to stay in their narrative, and it wouldn't matter how many links or we supply or the narrative, they will defend it 100%. He goes, if I try to destroy their illusions,
is always their
victim. You cannot change them like easily. You can't break that cycle. So the more I post links and proof, the worse they get. And that's exactly what happened here. They did everything basically. You know what I mean? Like, especially this, what's his name? Fucking
human right.
See, I posted this because this guy gets thrown out because he's not wearing a mask, and it was exactly the same thing. They're all, he walks in without a mask, and obviously he's been thrown out before. He's just doing it to make a point, just to watch them how much they become Nazis.
Leave the shop. Calm down, Bird.
I'm asking you to leave the shop.
You can't refuse me service. It's my human right. It's my human right. My human right goes apart.
Good on you, mate. Good on you. Good on you. We're not discriminating against you, mate.
Yes, you are.
How? We've asked you to put a mask on.
Mask ain't law.
So they're physically restraining and kicking him out for not wearing a mask. So I use this video as a gap.
Don't tell the government that. Why are you wearing it on the train station? Why are you...
He doesn't. I don't wear one either. I tell everyone to get fucked. Make me, basically. You know what I mean? Like, your human right, you can say whatever you want, but they're not going to force me. So that thread, that's exactly what they were doing. Same with this. I've got the links in the description, so you can go and have a look at it. This is my post for that blockbuster, where they were ridiculing him about the vaccines and stuff. So I just put this together and went in there. I knew they were doing that, and that's the main reason I joined SimHQ, to really wedge all that crap. That's it. You can go and have a look at that thread. It's just belittling crap, no content, no links, no, critical thinking at all. It's attack, 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 CNN, attack, attack, Democrat, attack, attack, attack. You're a racist, you're a bigot, may as well throw all that into like the Democrats do. That's all they were doing. So, and this is what they don't like. If you come in there with a handful of facts, and I had not just this, I've got it like 5 levels deep. So, you can try. I say at the bottom, I have as many links for all this and more if you need anything else. I'll do some on Ukraine, and feel free to debunk the above if you can with links and sources, please. Because I like the content, which I do collect it, obviously, in this war. So I did the Joe Rogan with Dr. Malone, the full interview. I've also got him not available on YouTube, because anything I do on YouTube about the election or the big C vaccine things, deleted, or your account gets taken, which I've lost quite a few. It's gone full commie. This includes Facebook and Twitter. So the inventor got removed from Wiki. So the inventor got deleted from the Wiki. Who, they changed the Wiki, so he's not on there. I'll put this whole post in the description below, and you can use any part of it and the links. And I'm going to add more for the guy who created that thread. I'm going to add some more for you, so you'll have 1,000 fucking links. All right. So that's the problem that guy had. He was on the right track, but they're trying to pull him back into the herd. Don't stay in the herd. Stay out of the herd. They want you to drink from the same fucking fountain or the same trough. And if you don't, well, go and have a look at the thread. They're all upset because you're trying to bend their world to suit what they've chosen to do to themselves. I go against that. I want research. I do my own research. I do not read Wiki, and I do not watch CNN and MS, any of that crap. And I've got a lot of videos of people on the ground. That's my main source, like citizen journalists on the ground in Ukraine, in America, in DC. I might post a couple of them, but I'm trying to convince people like that at SimHQ, they're just going to ban you because they don't want to see what you're doing. They don't want to see what you're posting. They don't want to try and disprove it. So he got knocked off that, and he got knocked off YouTube. I've got links for that. So he got taken off YouTube and got ridiculed, obviously, on CNN. He's some quack now, blah, blah, blah. He's been in this field for like 20, 30 years, whatever, forever. And then he got taken off the Wiki entry. Joe Rogan, so he went on there for 3 hours. Go and watch that. And he goes into mass psychosis as well as that other video that I just showed you. And the cancel culture. So Joe Rogan was going to get banned as well. He got offered $100 million to leave and go to Rumble. Rumble's where we all post generally, because you can't post anything about election or vaccine stuff on YouTube. You have to do it on Rumble or BitChute. That should scare you right there. Like, you can't do that anymore. You can't even post election stuff. Why not? You know what I mean? Because they don't want you to research it. Oh, that's over and done with. Oh, nothing happened. Don't look here, and don't post anything anywhere on our stuff, because we don't want anyone else to see it. That's a red flag for me. As soon as that stuff starts happening. Yeah, so he was going to leave. I've also got the doctors and the physicians. They signed 17,000. I'll link it. I'm going to link more in the bottom here, but this is my first post, and I've got links to this guy who's a lawyer, hundreds of lawyers. He's the main guy, though, on this NurembergTrials.net. And I have lots more. So I'm going to link a bit more to it as well. So you can look at the other video. Here and here. I've got the full post. It's just 2 images, 1 minute apart. So I've got the full post here of that thread where I got banned. They're just making excuses, link spamming and all this sort of stuff. I listed it, how they deleted off the US website. I mean, they don't want to hear this either, obviously, but they did. The US embassy in Ukraine, this is deleted their archive. You got to remember, there's millions of me, so we are watching everything. Well, not everything, but we research and watch everything. We don't go through the news and what it tells us. We go and look and then go, well, and then if you go way back machine, obviously the links started. I had 15. That's why he said, oh, you put too many links. But there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 links. The other links, 15, were to the web archive. And that's in the description here as well. If you go in here, they're all here. So to make my point was having the reference, and the picture at the end was them referencing where they were on the map, if you know what I mean. So it's only 4 links, and then and that's it. So this is me discussing it with them. Like, if I feel victimized, like, what's that? Like, if you feel determined to feel censored, to I was being censored. I wasn't being censored. I was being warned, but I wasn't saying exactly what. Oh, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's the format, or it's that. Like, this guy's like, you aren't alone here. Like this, we have certain standards. What's wrong with that post? So start, end, and I had 15 links, and I could have zipped them. If they just said, "Oh, just zip the links," yeah, sure. I've got AWS server, rah rah rah. I could zip them up and do that. It wasn't that. It was like, you know, that's not what he said. You know, I won't get into it. It's on the other vid, but it's just silly, very, very childish. It's because I'm bending away from their narrative. Same with this. They don't want to. They want to go Russia, 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 like CNN's pushing. They don't want to go. Yeah, well, I wonder what America's doing. I didn't even get a chance to go into the financial side. That's what I do for a living. So they can try and disprove anything, but I can show it with financials. And that's what they didn't want to see as well, because they know I've got all the content. I've already got it. You know what I mean? I don't have to go researching for it. I have 1,000 data points on all this stuff. And Ukraine. So, you know what I'm saying. When it comes back to the end of the day, they don't want to get out of their loop. There's a psychological war in which the majority of one side doesn't even know they're at war, ridicule those that do as a conspiracy theorist, while being blindly obedient to the enemy. In other words, lining up for the clot shot and shit like that. And being communism, communists and Nazis by banning people. And this isn't the first time I've done this rodeo. Like, this happens all the time if I post truth in the wrong places. They don't want you there. You're not drinking from their same Kool-Aid. No, you got to drink from our Kool-Aid, buddy. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you can get out of here. We'll make an excuse to kick you out. You know what I mean? It wouldn't matter what I post, if it's the truth or not. All this. Like Joe Rogan, they don't want to see that. Or that how, they'll go, they said Dr. Malone's a quack. Go and research him. Not what CNN tells you. Who is he? What's he done? What's he done in the past? And I've got many, many others, doctors, and I'll post them below. You can check them. They've got books and everything, and a whole website. And I'm going to post that for the guy who did that thread, that big bombshell thread, because the only thing he was missing was just the links. And the problem is Google doesn't help you with that. If you're going to go and do some more research at times, just use DuckDuckGo. Try it and compare the difference when you go and try and research something a bit more. Use DuckDuckGo as well. You'll find the search results and it'll dig up more stuff, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'll post this below. You can use all the links in this, and yeah. I didn't want to stir up any trouble, and I don't think I really, really did. The problem was they don't want to know. They've already made their choice, you know what I mean? They don't want to see it if an angle that's different to theirs, or, their decisions, health decisions they've made on coercion. And it is coercion. That's a red flag for me. You got to do that. You got to, take something to keep your job. You got to take something to go to the restaurant. I mean, this ain't rocket science, guys, if you know what I'm saying. That, what's on the screen right now, is what's going on.
The masses have never thirsted after truth. They turn aside from evidence that is not to their taste, preferring to deify error if error seduce them. Whoever can supply them with illusions is easily their master. Whoever attempts to destroy their illusions is always their victim.